Welcome to Money on Your Mind. Today's show is brought to you by Bonney Automotive for all your automotive needs at 640 Boston Ave in Ball Square, Somerville, and Alfresco Restaurant, the finest in Italian and Mediterranean food at 382 Highland Ave, right in Davis Square, Somerville. My name is Belinda Fuchs. I'm a CPA, financial coach, and president of Own Your Money. At Own Your Money, we help people get out of their own way and into profitable action to reclaim their financial power and rebuild their bank account. Our newest product, Invest in Yourself, the 7-day system to take control of your money, will help you start immediately to understand and improve your financial situation. You can get more information on this new CD program at ownyourmoneystore.com, and also details on our coaching, training, and where to watch past Money on Your Mind TV shows at ownyourmoney.com. To summarize, we help clients make more, save more, and stress less about their money. And we understand that money is on your mind, and we're so glad that you tuned in today to our show to learn how to survive and thrive in these turbulent times. Our topic is very timely, as we'll be talking about New Year's money resolutions that you will actually keep. And I'm pleased to welcome my guests to the show today, Suzanne Blake and Barbara Cantwell. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
So I'd like to introduce them with a full bio because it is a very impressive experience that they're both bringing to the table. Suzanne Blake, PCC, is an executive and career coach with more than 25 years of career and success coaching experience. Suzanne is a featured author in the popular book, 101 Great Ways to Improve Your Life, co-authored with leading experts Jack Canfield, John Gray, Richard Carlson, and Bob Proctor. Using supportive yet challenging coaching techniques, Suzanne helps clients create sustainable behavioral and attitudinal changes that help them reach and exceed their goals. Suzanne's coaching expertise has been featured in the New York Times business section, the Boston Globe, Smart Money Magazine, Redbook Magazine, MSN.com, the NBC Today Show, CBS's WBZ News Television, and ABC's WCVB Chronicle Magazine, and numerous other media venues. Suzanne coaches private clients in person in the greater Boston area and does telecoaching with national and global clientele. Welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you, Belinda.
As well, we have with us today Barbara Cantwell. And Barbara Cantwell has been a financial advisor for 17 years with experience training and managing financial advisors. She has had extensive experience speaking to groups on topics such as individual and business retirement planning, smart women and smart couples finish rich, along with being a resource in the community for financial education. Barbara is now a financial advisor with the Edward Jones office in Northborough, Massachusetts. She works with individuals and small businesses as a relationship-based advisor to identify dreams, creating a plan for each client's unique needs, and keeps them on track with a comprehensive approach to planning. Barbara's mission is to have a positive impact on the financial future of others. So we are going to have quite an exciting show today. I'm so glad to have you here. And what I'll be doing is asking both of you some questions along the way. And some you'll both answer and some each of you will answer. So I am going to start by having both of you answer this. The question is as follows. Why is having a compelling vision so important in setting New Year's resolutions and goals in general? What is the key step that most people ignore in setting goals? And I'll let Suzanne go first and then have you.
Yeah, great question. Well, there are actually a couple of key steps. One is to have a vision that's compelling, right? If you're not really excited about cleaning your house, it's not that compelling. Sometimes we need something external. So that carrot, that vacation, or that retirement, or the second home, or even just starting a savings account. That holding that vision keeps us focused on the goal. And actually, when we hit a bump along the way, if we keep our eyes on the prize, it moves us forward. Those goals have to be reasonable and they have to be attainable. So everybody wants to go to the gym 6 times a week. They haven't ever been to the gym before, usually, right?
I haven't been to the gym once, let alone 6 times.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's not realistic. But you know what? If they started to go once a week and then twice a week, they can work their way up to that. Always keeping in mind that they want to be more fit. Same thing with money. Start small, do what you can, celebrate those successes, and keep your bigger vision right ahead.
And so, why don't you then share with us, why does having a compelling vision about money, right, when we know that a vision is so important to have to allow us to want to take those steps that we need to do, right, and we'll talk about more how we set those steps. But can you share some now with us, Barbara, on why you feel like a compelling vision is so important?
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to forget. It's so easy to forget that someday we want to retire and we've worked a hard, long life and we want to have some fun. It's hard for us to forget our goals. So if we understand what's important to us and know what that vision is, then we're able to set, like you said, baby steps in order to get there. It's not going to happen tomorrow. And, you know, we really are our thoughts. You know, our world is our thoughts. So if we keep the vision in front of us and we don't forget, it's easier for us to take those baby steps to get there.
I definitely agree. And what I find in a lot of my coaching is that when we don't have a goal, when we don't know what we're really heading towards and have a vision and can actually get in touch with that, both on paper in terms of financially, in terms, you know, setting it quantitatively, and then also qualitatively. How do we want to feel? How do we want that to be? Mm-hmm. And then that all becomes the inspiration to get us there. Yes. In my program, I talk about, it's a 7-day program, right? And the first couple address some of our mindset and address starting to get to what an inspiration is. And one of the days is even called getting out of your own way, because oftentimes it's stepping ourselves out of the way and then getting into that clear vision. So I'm all for that. Now, when we think about moving on to a goal-setting process, can you help us and go into a little bit more detail about how somebody can do that and what setting goals can look like for them?
Well, we want to know, we want to, again, have that vision, that piece that motivates us to get out of the short term and think about the long term. So it's good to know what your long-term vision is and then break that down into manageable steps, because a lot of people get overwhelmed with that. And so, but also knowing you can set the goals and make sure that they're reasonable, achievable. You might talk a little bit more about the SMART goals, right? Mm-hmm. That they're going to think they're measurable. We know when we've set them and when we've achieved them. We know what it looks and feels like to have that. There's a time stop for that. They're time bound, so we know what we're doing. But I think one of the most important things about the goals is to also know, you talked about mindset, is to know what would stop us. So here's a goal. What did I do last year? It's always good to go back and look at your accomplishments and celebrate those. Right. Look at what was easy for me to achieve, what wasn't. And what do I need to do? What kind of shift do I need to do in order to make this goal happen this year? So let's say I've been holding off and I'm not meeting my financial goals. Maybe I need a little more assistance, and I don't want to admit that to myself. Right? Maybe my program of putting $50 away I'm not doing that. So maybe I need to have the bank hold me more accountable, or a financial advisor, or somebody else. And maybe I'm in my own way enough that I need a program, a system, a coach. Admitting when you're not meeting your goals and looking for another source or making that internal shift can really make a difference.
That's very wise for all. We understand that, and for everybody who's watching to recognize that, understanding that you know how to be where you are, but do you know how to be where you want to get to, right? And so understanding what do you need to help you bridge that. Is it more accountability? Is it support? Is it coaching? All of that. So thank you for that. And when we think specifically about what financial goals people do set now, right? So we're here in January, we're gung-ho, we're setting New Year's resolutions, we're raring to go, right? We have our 7-day system, and we're like, okay, great. Now, as a financial advisor, what are financial goals that you see people setting at this time of year?
There are really 5 major goals, and the biggest is retirement. You know, when can I retire? You know, it's freezing out there. I want to go to Florida. When can I retire? Then there's also, if I retire, will I have enough money? How much money do I need? You know, I don't want to outlive my money. Then there's college education. That's a big one. There's also saving for a major purchase, maybe a vacation home, maybe a car. And then there's wealth transfer. What am I going to do with the money for my kids?